Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today we are actually standing here by the tractor. We kind of got it wedged in here. I had my box blade sitting back here and I'd set up my wood splitter and all that stuff, and I kind of forgot, trying to just thinking about getting one thing done or whatever, and then I wasn't thinking about some of these other pieces of equipment. So I kind of got them a little bit close together, and I was able to wedge the tractor in here between the wood splitter and the box blade and kind of drag it and angle it just enough to be able to get it hooked up. But before I got too far, I kind of wanted to get into a little bit of the hookup and the setup on this, because a lot of people may be first-time users of a box blade or maybe trying to find some information of how to use one. There's not a whole lot to hooking up the three-point hitch, but things that you want to do and kind of think about before you go out and start grading the driveway. And I'll just kind of show you my setup and what I do, and maybe some options of things that you might want to do, if you were going to work on your driveway. So this part is nothing new. I've actually just got my three-point hooked up just traditional way. I do have a hydraulic top link, and this is actually the first time that I'm actually going to get to use this on the box blade. So I'm really excited about trying this out and seeing how this works out for us. I think it's going to be great. The goal here is to actually get this thing hooked up to your three-point, line it up behind your tractor, and then get everything kind of leveled out on level ground. So I've got all four wheels of the tractor up on the concrete, so it's pretty much setting level. So what I'm going to do is drop this down to the ground, and then I'm going to kind of level it up front to back and side to side. So as you can see there, I went through and I adjusted my top link, but I always go to kind of like a starting point and it's almost completely level. And sometimes I like to pitch it forward just a little bit for my starting point. That way it kind of cuts in just a little bit. The more level you have it, you're going to be riding on the back part of the blade and the front, so it's not going to cut as much. And if you lean it forward, it's going to cut into the ground a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive. And then the back, if you lean it towards the back, it's actually not going to cut in at all, and it'll just kind of drag it across the top. So you kind of got to find that area of what you want to do with it. Do you want to take a lot of material or just a little bit? And also, I adjusted side to side because where I'm going to be using it at, I'm going to be doing just a dress up. I'm not going to try to crown the road or anything like that. I'm just going to let it follow what the tractor and what the road does, because I've already got most of my slopes and that kind of stuff the way that I want them, and it's just kind of dressing it up and just kind of filling in the holes and stuff that are there and the ruts that have been washed in it from the rain. So once we get our side to side and our front to back, that's really a good starting point, and I'll go out there on the driveway and start pulling it and seeing what it's doing, and if it needs an adjustment. The only adjustment that I should need to make from here on out is actually just that front to back pitch on it. And now that I have the hydraulic top link, I'll be able to do that from the tractor seat. It's a little bit muddy today because it has been raining so much, but we're going to do what we can, and hopefully there's enough gravel still left on the driveway in order to be able to get down there and fill in some of those potholes and those ruts and stuff. tell how steep this driveway is when you're looking at it on a camera. But you can see over here on the right side, this ditch that is running over here. We try to channel all the water over here, but a lot of times this actually plugs up with leaves, and you can see the piles of leaves and stuff sitting there. And then it causes the water to divert over into the road. Then it washes it out. There's some pretty big ridges and stuff built up in here. And then right up here, the water actually crosses the road. And this is ditched out pretty bad here. And this is getting kind of hard to cross with the car. As you can see, we actually been going over here on the side. So if you go up this side, it kind of lessens that angle there and makes it a little easier to get up through here. Up here in this upper section of the driveway, as you can see, there's some ruts and stuff washed out in here too. And the idea behind this is to get material in your box blade and drag it with you so that it fills in all these low spots. This is actually washed all down through there and right down the middle. So what we're going to be doing is pulling material from the sides and the middle of the driveway and then bringing it back into those ruts. So as we lower our blade down, you'll see that it'll start picking up material and start loading up inside the box, and then it'll just start leaving it in the low spots. Try to get these leaves unstuck. This is working out really good. As you can see, you know, this big rut that was down through here is filled in nice, and it's a good, nice transition now to be able to come up through here in the vehicles. And we do need to put, you know, some more gravel on top of this. It actually would look a lot different after it rains because the gravel is kind of mixed up with the mud and the dirt and everything right now. And if we had a good little steady rain shower, it would actually wash this gravel off and look almost new again. The problem with it is if you get a big downpour, you know, then you just basically have the same thing again and it washes it all out and then you got to do it again. So hopefully when it does rain, it won't be too bad and it'll just be one of those nice little soaker rains and it'll just clean this up real good. So Wednesday, I hope to go get several loads of gravel with the dump trailer. And I'm going to try spreading it with the trailer and just kind of tailgating it out. Hopefully I can do that. So we got our driveway leveled out real good. We got all of our ruts and potholes and stuff filled in. I also am going to add more gravel to it. We're not supposed to have any rain for several days. So I'm hoping that Wednesday when I'm off work, I'll be able to get my dump trailer and go out and get several loads of gravel and bring up here and spread out and get this a good top coating back on the driveway. Some key points to remember whenever you're setting up your box blade on your 3-point hitch: set it up level to start with, or at least this is my opinion and the way that I do it. So set it up perfectly level to start with, start working with it there. If it's not digging enough material, then you can pitch it forward just a little bit and see if that digs that blade in just a little bit more and starts picking up that material, because you do want it to be able to pick up enough to fill up the box. That way, as you drag it across holes and ruts, it will drop that material in those holes and ruts and fill them in. If you're going to use it pushing material, it doesn't work the same way. It's really just a matter of if you lift up your box and you have a pile of material left there, then you can pull in front of it and then just kind of push it back and just spread it out that way, just to disperse that material that was left in your box. So anyways, I hope this video helps somebody out. I know it seems probably simple enough of how a box blade works, but a lot of people that's new to doing this kind of stuff may not know this, and they might be kind of researching and trying to find out what they're supposed to do, or maybe whether they should use a box blade versus a grater blade or something like that. If you found the information helpful, I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. It really goes a long way to helping out the channel. Also, let me know what you use to grade your driveway and do this type of work. It'd be interesting to see what the majority of people use in order to do this type of work.